Imagine you had to learn a new language, skill, or subject in record time. How would you do it? Well, real-life secret agents don't just learn fast, they learn smart. They use science-backed techniques that boost memory, speed up learning, and lock in knowledge. And the best part? You can use the same methods. Today, I'll break down the most powerful learning strategies that'll have you mastering any skill at record speed. Your brain isn't a hard drive. It's a living, changing machine. Every time you learn something new, your brain physically rewires itself. This process is called neuroplasticity, and it's the secret to getting smarter. But the truth is, if you don't reinforce new information, your brain deletes it. According to the forgetting curve by German psychologist Hermann Ebbinghaus, people forget 50% of what they learn within an hour. That's why traditional studying, rereading, highlighting, and cramming barely works. So, how do you actually learn faster? Let's start with one of the simplest yet most effective hacks, the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto principle, says that 80% of the results come from just 20% of the effort. Smart learners use this to focus on what truly matters to get the best results with less effort. For example, if you're learning a new language, don't memorize 5,000 random words. Instead, learn the 100 most commonly used ones. They make up the majority of daily conversations. This technique applies to everything, whether you're studying for an exam, learning a sport, or mastering a new skill. Focus on the key parts that give you the biggest results, and you'll improve way faster. But what if I told you there's a way to actually test how well you understand something? Let's talk about the Feynman technique. The Feynman technique, named after physicist Richard Feynman, is a powerful way to learn anything faster and more deeply. Instead of relying on passive learning, which isn't very effective, this method actively helps you break down complex ideas and truly understand them. It's a smart way to master new concepts in less time. This is the same technique Richard Feynman used to ace his exams at Princeton University, as mentioned in his biography by James Gleick. The Feynman technique can help you learn new concepts quickly, understand topics that seem confusing, improve memory and retain knowledge better, whether you're a student, employee, or employer. It's a simple but powerful way to make learning easier and more effective. Memorizing stuff for a presentation or exam usually takes forever. But with the Feynman technique, you can cheat like a genius, in a good way. Step 1 is for you to pick what you actually want to learn. Sounds obvious, right? But a lot of people mess this up. If you don't clearly define the topic, you'll end up wasting hours studying random things that don't stick. So, before you dive in, make sure you know exactly what you're trying to master. If the topic is brand new to you, go through it a couple of times first. Get the basics down before moving to step 2. Now, grab a blank sheet of paper and write the topic at the top. Next, explain it in the simplest way possible. Imagine you're teaching it to a toddler, not your professor. Write down everything you know, but keep it super basic. This takes the pressure off and helps you truly understand the topic in your own words. And no fancy jargon, big words can trick you into thinking you understand more than you actually do. This step is super important because it doesn't just help you review what you already know, it also shows you exactly where you're struggling. Now for step 3, filling in the gaps. When you try to explain something simply, you'll realize there are parts you don't fully get. That's totally normal. In fact, that's the whole point of this technique. Now you have a clear idea of what you need to go back and learn. Go back to your notes, books, or videos to fill in the gaps. This step helps you understand the topic on a deeper level. Keep switching between step 2 and 3 until you can explain everything clearly. Now, on to step 4, review and simplify. Look over what you've learned. If your explanation is full of complicated words or just feels like a copy-paste job, that's a sign you need to try again. The goal is to make it so simple that even a kid could get it. Use simple words and your own examples to explain the topic. A great trick is to pretend you're teaching it out loud. If you can explain it smoothly without pausing too much, you probably understand it well. You know that rush you get when you win a game or achieve a goal? That's dopamine, a brain chemical that controls motivation and focus. So how do you boost dopamine while studying so your brain locks in information faster? It's pretty simple actually. Get some sunlight, exercise, sleep well, meditate, and eat foods rich in vitamins. These small habits can make learning feel easier and more rewarding. When you set study goals like, today, I'll memorize the first 25 US presidents and actually achieve them, your brain rewards you with a little happiness boost. That's dopamine in action. Clear goals help keep you motivated because every success gives you that feel-good signal. But here's the part that no one is telling you. Don't stress yourself out. Too much pressure can do the opposite and drain your motivation. Stay relaxed, set realistic goals, and let your brain enjoy the process. You should study in short bursts of 20 to 30 minutes, then take a quick 5 to 7 minute break. Use this time to walk around, do some light exercise, or do something fun to boost your dopamine. This helps clear your mind so you can focus better when you start studying again. This method is called the Pomodoro technique. Watching YouTube or playing video games can give you a quick dopamine boost and feel enjoyable. But it's also important to find ways to stay motivated while studying. A great trick is to reward yourself with something you like, such as a piece of chocolate, after finishing a chapter or an assignment. This helps your brain connect studying with something positive, making it feel more fun and rewarding. Dopamine is just one of many brain chemicals that affect how we feel and behave. While rewards can help, it's also important to find ways to enjoy the learning process itself. Set goals, connect what you're studying to real life, and look for meaning in the material. If you're struggling, don't hesitate to ask teachers or mentors for guidance. They can make learning easier and more interesting. Taking care of your overall well-being is just as important as studying. Make sure to balance your study time with other activities like exercise, socializing, and relaxation. When you mix things up and take care of yourself, you'll stay more motivated, focused, and ready to learn. At the start, we talked about secret agents mastering new skills in days. But the truth is, you don't need to be a secret agent to learn like one. Just a few smart techniques can change everything. Start small, stay consistent, and you'll be shocked at what your brain can do. Which method are you most excited to try? Let me know in the comments. If you found this useful, hit that like and subscribe button for more.